Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in today's episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session designed to create hope, optimism, resilience, and just an overall sense of purpose, particularly in very bleak or uncertain times. It was created for a client that looked like there was a possibility of quite a serious medical diagnosis that would require quite intense treatment, and that would represent a very difficult time. It was causing them worries. Sometimes you get worries that aren't related to serious things. People are worrying, about what many people would consider petty things. But when you're talking about life or death related things, these are the kind of things that can genuinely play on people's mind because there is a feeling of, who knows what the future may be. So in this hypnosis session, you're going to hear three key metaphors. There's the metaphor of seasons, and I think the metaphor of seasons is particularly useful when talking about changes. People intuitively prepare and act differently depending on the seasons, and therefore that's quite a useful frame of reference. There's also the metaphor of a house, and a house in disrepair quite often means that time or attention hasn't been spent on it, but it's also an opportunity to improve that house. So it represents boundaries, it represents values, it represents protection and security. So it kind of works at many different levels. And then the final metaphor is a metaphor for generosity, really, and that is being a torchbearer. And a torchbearer, if you think about medieval torches with the big wooden sticks that would have flames on the top, the torchbearer back then would often lead the way because quite often only one person would have the torch. The torchbearer would carry the responsibility of guidance and almost security and safety, but it was an act of generosity to be a torchbearer. So there's many different things going on in this particular session, but overall, it's a session based on hope and positivity and reflecting on what is valuable in yourself and therefore what could be a gift to other people. If you are going through a particularly bleak or tough time, hypnosis can help in many different ways in terms of resources and outlook, and the way in which you think definitely affects your emotions, and your emotions definitely affect your physiology. So there's things that can quite often help. If you feel that I might be able to help you if you're going through a tough time, there will be a link in the show notes where you can schedule a free 30-minute consultation call to explore working with me. For now, though, you might find that this session is actually quite helpful. And the best way to get the most of this session is to find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, to relax and to enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in, breathe in a slow, calm feeling of relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow any feelings of stress or tension, worries or anxiety to feel like it's leaving your body in your outward breath, enabling you to just breathe in and breathe out, and breath by breath, feeling a fraction of a percent, more and more relaxed in each and every breath. As you breathe in a feeling of resourcefulness, and as you exhale, continue to allow that tension, stress, and worries to melt away and feel like it's leaving your body in your outward breath. As your body becomes more relaxed, allow your imagination to awaken. And I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine taking a walk in the woods. Maybe you're alone. Maybe there's a dog exploring the woods alongside you. And I want you to get a sense that you're entering the woods in the early days of autumn. There are still signs of summer, but the leaves are giving you clues that change is in the air. I want you to imagine that your imagination has a different pace of time than reality. A minute in your imagination is like a week in reality. So allow this relativity to enable you to experience the change in seasons more rapidly. You can still breathe in and breathe out slowly, feeling peace, relaxation, and connection with nature. But you can experience the change in the season. Allow the clues of autumn to become more visible. Maybe those green leaves turn to yellow, then to brown, and see them falling, just like snow in the winter air. And I want you to get a sense that life is like seasons. And when we experience the summer, we don't really think about the autumn. And when we're in autumn, winter feels like a long way away. But I want you to get a sense that autumn has its function. I want you to get a sense that the leaves that die just represent letting go of the past to allow new things in the future. And I wonder what recent things have changed for you that could represent a leaf floating down from the tree to the forest floor. Maybe a change in status of a relationship, old friendships that were green leaves once and now brown leaves. But get a sense that it makes space for what's new. I want want you to explore this woods there in autumn, making its way to winter. And I want you to discover something you've not seen before in these woods. An old, run-down house. And maybe the house has the potential to be restored to its former glory. And whereas certain houses need time, attention, manual work, and repairs, I want you to get a sense that this is a different house. This is a house built through erudition. It's the knowledge, the understanding, the awareness that builds and improves this house. And I want you to recall all the things that you've read, all the things that you've learned, all the unique experiences that you've accumulated through your lifetime. And I want you to make your way into the house. And by recalling that knowledge, experience, wisdom, all the lessons learned, see the house start to improve. Crumbling walls become strong. Broken windows become new. Drafts become sealed. And as you reflect on all the knowledge that you've acquired, feel the house is now secure, safe, and pleasant. And each room of this house represents a different facet of your life. Each room can be improved simply by reflecting on knowledge. But true wisdom is in knowledge applied. And I wonder, in this house that represents your life, which rooms need the most attention, and in what ways you can apply your knowledge to improve the room and therefore improve your life. But there's a particular room in this house that represents treasure. And allow your unconscious mind to decide what treasure means to you. What is the most valuable thing to you? And I imagine as you look into that room, you see a room filled with treasure, gold and jewels, a treasure chest, priceless works of art. And your mind knows that the treasure represents the valuable things in your life. These treasures of things that you've accumulated throughout your years. And I want you to feel a wonderful sense of gratitude for all the value that you've accumulated. And there's something interesting here in this room of treasure. Something that looks like a medieval torch. Normally would have been made of wood, except this torch is made of solid gold, encrusted with jewels. And I want you to feel that perhaps your role all along was not to accumulate treasure, but to share it, to be the torchbearer. As you hold this heavy golden torch, imagine a flame appearing at the top. And I want you to imagine night descends on this house in the woods. Not just night, but winter. This is the darkest it will ever be, the coldest it will ever be, the most isolated it will ever be. And yet, there is a feeling of gratitude and a feeling of generosity. You can't give what you don't have. And I want you to feel that you have more than enough, perhaps of wisdom, knowledge, and experience to share with others. I want you to get a sense that when one candle lights another candle, the original candle is not depleted. It loses nothing of itself, and yet can spread its light and warmth far and wide, infinitely. And I want you to feel that you have the courage to go back out into the woods in the winter night, carrying your golden torch. And I want you to imagine you encounter strangers in the dark, cold woods, each one carrying a wooden torch, and allow your golden torch to light their torch so that they can make their way through the cold winter woods with light and heat, giving them comfort at the point where things look bleakest. And I want you to feel an overwhelming sense of purpose as you become the torch. You spread your light and warmth to those that would need it most. As you breathe in and breathe out, feel an incredible sense of courage that the winter wasn't to be avoided. The winter was needed. As you explore the cold winter woods, I want you to envision that your health is continuously improving, just like a resilient tree, growing stronger even in winter. I want you to feel the peaceful sanctuary of the home inside your soul, nourishing you with tranquility. Think of those things you do that improve your health: nutrition, swimming, biking or weights, perhaps archery, and just get a sense that all of it is enhancing your well-being. Consider yourself a beacon of not just serenity, but power, something of value that you're sharing. And allow all that wisdom from all of those readings to illuminate that dark winter path like a guiding star. Recognize the strength in releasing relationships that no longer serve your highest good. You haven't lost anything. Just as the leaves need to discard those old leaves from the trees, get a sense that the relationships that aren't there in your life weren't meant to be in your life. Feel a sense of liberation and growth as you gracefully let go of past attachments. You can acknowledge your journey through the stages of change, moving fluidly towards positive transformation. As time goes on through this winter, there may be certain metrics or test results, representations of health, and just see them as stepping stones, leading you towards the ideal future for you. There is a difference between loneliness and solitude, so embrace your solitude as a fertile ground for self-discovery and personal growth. You've never been as wise as you are right now, so you can see your life experiences as valuable lessons, building your resilience and inner strength. And those dreams and visions of your past contribute to a clear roadmap directing you towards what you deep down know is your true purpose. You can feel confident in your ability to integrate and apply what you consider your core competencies in transformative ways. As you recognize your potential to be a source of light and guidance for others, feel it connect, resonate with a deep sense of meaning for you. Allow yourself to believe in your unique talent to understand and correlate concepts, empowering those around you. As you explore the winter forest, you start to see signs of spring. Maybe it's melting snow. Maybe signs of new plants or life shooting up from the floor of the woods. As you see the signs that spring is on its way, affirm that each day brings you closer to actualizing the divine wisdom, but also hope within your life. In the same way that the year has seasons, trust in the natural progression of your life's changes, knowing that each phase, each season brings its own gifts. Scan your body for where you feel empowered by your commitment to personal health, and see it as a testament to your strength, determination, and deep inner faith. As winter turns to spring, embrace your role as a torchbearer. Even spring has its dark, cold nights, and you can allow yourself to use your experiences and insights to enlighten and inspire. If spring is here, summer's not far behind, and allow yourself to have trust, confidence, and faith that better times are ahead. I want you to get a sense that winter is necessary, Allow yourself to prepare for it, to thrive in it, and to come into spring stronger and healthier than ever before. Allow yourself to return to the house, and as you arrive at the house, see it cleaner, stronger. A place of security, safety, but a place to keep and protect all of those treasures inside. Allow yourself to return into the house and go to a room where there is a roaring fire to keep you warm, and allow the fire to be for you what your torch was for others. You can't pour from an empty cup, so allow yourself to absorb the heat, the light, and the wisdom from others to enable you to do the same for those who need it from you. As you breathe in and breathe out, feel that you're returning to the present moment with a sense of tranquility, peace, and hope returning with you. A deep sense of purpose, and a deep sense that you have released attachments from the past that no longer serve you, creating space for new connections and opportunities in the future. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Return to the present as you wiggle your fingers and toes. Connect fully in the present moment, as very soon I count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken feeling resourceful, inspired, with a deep sense of gratitude and hope. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.